Welcome back to my channel. This is Diana with StuckinStitches. Today I'm working on the apron for the sew-along that I've been working on. It's Mama's apron block in the chickenless chicken salad. So what I did I've already done the neck part, the part that goes around the neck. I haven't ironed it out yet. My rickrack's on. I've already gone through and I've measured it, made sure everything is the way it's supposed to be placed. So I'm getting ready to sew that on. So this is all sewn on now, nice and secure. I put a little extra just in case so I can cut it down. So I used just a simple glue stick to tack it down to hold it in place because the pins it seemed to distort the fabric, and I wanted to make sure it was sewn on properly, nice and even. So the glue stick is a handy tool. This is just a school Staples glue stick. So I've got my iron here, got my clappers. I'm gonna go ahead and iron this out. Okay, set the seams. Set that on there. Okay, the next I would add are my bees. So as you see, I've got everything set up here with my alphabetties. Fantastic little tool to have. Really keeps everything organized. So this goes on top of here, and I am a pinner. Make sure that's all set. Make sure, flip it over. It's a little uneven, so I'm going to readjust. I don't like that much showing, and it will make a difference. Here's your finger and kind of scoot it. I think I'm going to put my needles, my pins, I always call them needles, on this side. It's just better. Okay. Now I leave my pins in. I can pull them back a little. show you that. So I leave my pins in, and it's away from the 1/4 inch seam sew line. That way they stay on there. It's just something I do. I'll slide them back a little, just to get them out of the way, and then it still holds the fabric still. It's just something that works for me. You don't need to pull them out completely, though you don't want to run over the pins, so you don't want to have them that close. So, next, my bees. Okay, I'm going to cut these off. Let's see. I also like to look at my back to make sure the back is nice and neat. I add steam and just hold it there. I'll put this under my clapper. These are my bees that will go on the side next. Make sure they're nice and ironed. Ironing just makes a big difference. It really does. And, you know, accuracy as far as you take your time with everything. So this is the next one. I like to pin. I think this will be so cute. I love the rickrack. I'll do one here now. Make sure the back looks good. Clip any threads to get them out of the way. You don't want them caught in the machine or sewn over them. You want it as clean as possible, front and back. That's just as important. Clean. So, 1/4 inch. And the next one. Make sure it's all nice and even on both sides. So this is the neck and the top of the, I guess it's the bib part of the apron. I don't know if that's a terminology I'm supposed to use, but dots at the seam. That's a habit I don't get into very often, but I should, because I think it makes a difference too. Okay, let me see. I want the white on top. Okay. Let's do this one. I don't want to stretch it. I'll put both my clappers on there for a minute. Doesn't it look adorable? Oh, I love the white rickrack. I think it's really, really cute. Okay, so far. Next is Q to D to Q. One of these. D. Q. They're not very ironed. Iron them up a little bit. Okay, so it is D to Q. So these two will be sewn together. See how I pin? I don't pin all the way up. It still controls it. Okay, pins out. This is the tie next for the bottom, it looks like. I'm going to do the red with the white on top. Put that under a clapper. So I need to make two of those. Q and D, another one. So I hope everybody's excited about Thanksgiving. I surely am. I've got my turkey thawing out. We got some, we don't really do pies, even though I love them. So we're going to just do little chocolate pieces in a bowl. People can get that for dessert. And we try to watch our sugar intake. Sweets. It's more about the meal than anything. That doesn't. Okay. I love to cook during Thanksgiving. So, pins out. Next will be my E's. And they will go. Looks like I have to do a diagonal line. Let me get my pencil. Okay, and I will do that right here. Lightly do a pencil marking if I don't have my friction pen with me. Might as well do them all. This actually helps the eye see the have more control over what you're sewing. I think to sew a straighter line, I think it has more control over your eyes to make sure that doesn't happen, that you don't mess up. Hope that makes sense. It helps me. Maybe it's psychological, I don't know. Anyway, got those done. I can move this out of the way. That here. So this will go here. You want to butt it up as close as you can. Make sure this is all nice and ironed out. Whoops, there goes my pencil. And I want to sew more on the inside of this line so this folds over and meets this better. So the good idea would be to pin on the opposite end. So when you stitch down, it will be more on the inside. That way that gets folded properly. So that's what I do. That's a reminder not to sew that side. So the other one is will be this way. This one goes this way, and this one will be opposite, looks like. So this one will be this way. Butt it right up to that end. You don't really want to see a lot of that red. Pin it on the side. So these go, the pins go on the inside, I guess. Because when I sew, I've got my tape, so it's just a hair outside on the inside of this line. Let me move this over just a hair more. And that way you get a better fold on these flip and sew methods. These will go back to E. Okay. Once I start sewing, I take the pins out. That really makes a difference. I go slow on the flip and sew, just so that I don't mess up, and I can see where my thread is going. So it's just, I don't know if you can see it, but it's just barely on the inside of that line. You flip it and see how nicely it is. So the tip is butt it up again so you don't see any of the color underneath. Sew it just barely on the inside, and then you fold it and it works. See how nicely that is. I don't get it all the time, believe me. I'm only human. Just I'm finding that the key is practice and take your time with sewing. watch your, I set my my tape so it's just a thread over. I don't seem to have a big problem with my 1/4 inch when I do that at all, because it just seems to work. It just seems to work for me. Let's see how this one is. Beautiful. Okay, so I will iron these. This will go under my, then I will screw them up a little bit. Nice and flat. This I got from Madame Sew. It's not on the best surface, but it turns. I've got it locked right now, so I'll show you another time. Anyway, you get your stuff lined up. Get your square lined up here. Look at it, make sure it's nicely done. Okay. One. You know what? I don't think I cut the 1/4 inch off there. So let's do that real quick. There we go. Probably re-iron that. Let's get that 1/4 inch off first. 1/8 something here. Now I will square it up. I'm going to do it this way. Let's see. Go. Iron them a little bit more. So next I have O and E. These are part of the strap, the tie actually, E and O. So E's are already done. And my O's. Turn that a little bit. Okay. E will go here. Another flip and sew method. Again, I put the needle where it's on the side it's not going to sew. This is the side that you want to sew. And let's see if this one's the opposite. Okay, let's see. So I do have to make 2 of those. He goes on top. Make sure. I have to see if it's opposite. Guess it doesn't matter, does it? Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, and then what goes on the bottom will be C's. So those will be the next. Those will need drawn. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and enjoy the rest of my day. I've got a lot of preparing for Thanksgiving, and you'll see the final results when I am completed here. So thank you for watching. I'm so happy you all joined me today. I'm really enjoying this. I love the colors here. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you later.